If you're a man over 60, listen carefully. No one warned you that giving up on your own pleasure could quietly cost you everything: your erections, your prostate health, even your sense of being a man. They told you it was shameful or childish to keep touching yourself at your age. But the truth is, that silence is slowly destroying your body from the inside out. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear might change everything. I'm Dr. Mary Blake, a board-certified urologist with over 30 years helping men just like you navigate the real challenges of aging. I've sat across from grandfathers, veterans, retired teachers, men who thought they were doing the respectable thing by stopping, only to find their health and confidence crumbling in ways they never expected. Here's what most men over 60 don't realize: when you stop giving your body that essential release, your prostate can stagnate and inflame. Your testosterone can plummet. Your nerves and blood vessels start to shut down. Even your brain chemistry changes, pushing you toward fatigue, depression, and that hollow feeling you're too embarrassed to mention. But there's a way to stop it. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to take back control with a simple routine, something I've taught my patients to do in their own homes, often seeing real changes in just 7 to 14 days. You'll learn how to reduce painful nighttime trips to the bathroom, improve blood flow where you want it most, and protect your masculinity without pills or shame. But ignore this, and you risk losing what makes you feel alive as a man, one quiet day at a time. Watch until the end. Don't miss this, it could be the most important thing you hear this year. They told you that slowing down was normal after 60. That losing your drive, your erections, even the urge to touch yourself was just part of getting older. But the truth is, that silence is killing you. It's not harmless. It's not dignified. It's a quiet neglect that leaves your prostate clogged and inflamed, your testosterone falling off a cliff, your sleep broken, and your sense of being a man fading away without a fight. You think ignoring it is safer? It's the fastest way to let your body forget how to work. But stay with me, because it gets worse. When you stop giving your body that essential release, your prostate doesn't shut down production. It keeps making fluid that sits there stagnating, thickening, breeding inflammation. That's why you wake up 3 or 4 times a night, struggling with that dull, uncomfortable pressure deep in your pelvis. That's why your stream gets weaker, your bladder feels half full, and you're too embarrassed to say a word. Meanwhile, your testosterone crashes, taking your confidence with it. Your energy dips, your muscles shrink, your mood darkens. Even your brain starts to fog. And if you think that's bad, listen to this. Regular sexual release isn't just for pleasure, it's your body's built-in cleaning system, hormone regulator, and mood stabilizer. Without it, everything begins to rust, seize up, and break down. No one wants to say this, but you need to hear it. They told you masturbation was dirty, childish, something you should outgrow. They made you ashamed to even ask about it. They told you real men don't talk about this. But they never told you that stopping altogether was the surest way to invite disease. They never explained that chronic prostate congestion isn't some minor annoyance, it's the breeding ground for painful inflammation and a higher risk of cancer. They never told you that your nerves and blood vessels need regular use to stay healthy, or they literally begin to shut down. Let me tell you about one of my patients. We'll call him Bill. He's 68, widowed for years. A proud man, ex-contractor, tough as they come. But when he came to see me, his voice was small. He said, "Doc, I don't know if this is normal, but I'm up half the night running to the bathroom. I can't go straight. And truth is, I haven't done anything with myself in years." He was embarrassed. He felt old, useless. His eyes told me he'd stopped seeing himself as a man. When I explained that the stagnation in his prostate was causing his misery, that gentle, healthy self-stimulation wasn't dirty but necessary, he looked stunned. He said, "No one ever told me that." And sadly, he's not the only one. You see, this isn't about sex for its own sake. It's about keeping you healthy, strong, and present in your own body. It's about refusing to let shame and silence steal the final decades of your life. So don't look away now. stay with me, we're not done yet. You need to hear what comes next. Because what I'm about to share is how you take that power back. And that's just the beginning. Now let's talk about exactly what you can do. I want you to take a breath, because this is the part where you stop feeling helpless and start feeling in control. You'll learn practical, real steps that I've shared with countless men over 60 in my practice, men who thought this topic was too awkward or too late to talk about. I want you to know it's never too late to take care of yourself. You were told that stopping was the mature thing to do, that real men don't talk about this. But the truth is, ignoring your sexual health quietly destroys your body from the inside out. Your prostate doesn't shut down when you stop. It keeps producing fluid that needs to move. Without regular release, that fluid stagnates. It thickens. It causes pressure, inflammation, and those annoying nightly bathroom trips you pretend aren't happening. When your prostate stays congested, it's like letting old oil sit in an engine without flushing it. It creates heat, friction, damage. Over time, that raises your risk of chronic prostatitis and even prostate cancer. I know that sounds harsh, but you deserve the truth. This isn't about lust. It's about maintenance. It's about flushing out harmful cells and secretions before they can cause real trouble. And there's more. When you stop sexual release entirely, your testosterone can plummet. Your body interprets it as a signal that it doesn't need those levels anymore. Your nerves lose sensitivity. Your blood vessels stiffen. Even your brain chemistry changes, leading to irritability, poor sleep, and low mood. Many men don't realize that one small act can support their entire system, from hormone health to mental clarity. So if you're waking up 3 times a night, feeling that dull ache deep in your pelvis, or wondering why you just don't feel like yourself anymore, this is why. Your body hasn't given up on you. It's waiting for you to give it the care it needs. Don't miss what's next, because I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, step by step. Let's take this even deeper. You were told that losing testosterone was just normal aging, that it was something you had to accept. But the truth is, stopping sexual activity tells your body you don't need it anymore. Your brain stops sending the signal to produce healthy levels. That crash doesn't just hurt your desire, it chips away at your strength, your mood, even your identity as a man. Testosterone isn't just about sex. It supports your muscles, your bones, your focus, and your energy to get up and move. When it drops, you feel sluggish, irritable, and weaker than you should. Many men think they're just getting old, but what's really happening is their body is winding down because they've stopped reminding it to stay alive. You see, regular sexual release isn't some silly hobby, it's a message to your system that you still want to live fully. That you still need to produce testosterone to stay sharp, strong, and present. It's one of the simplest, most natural ways to protect your hormones without pills or expensive treatments. If you felt yourself growing more tired, less motivated, losing that quiet confidence you used to have, that's not inevitable. That's neglect. And it's one of the easiest things to fix if you're willing to face it honestly. Stay with me, because I'm going to show you exactly how to make this work for you. Let me tell you about Bill. He's 68, widowed for nearly a decade, living alone in a small house that used to feel full of life. When he first came to see me, he could barely look me in the eye. He said, "Doc, I'm embarrassed even saying this. I haven't touched myself in years. I thought that part of life was behind me." His voice cracked because deep down he didn't feel like a man anymore. He wasn't sleeping well. Up 3-4 times a night to pee. He felt this constant heavy ache low in his pelvis, like something was stuck. He tried ignoring it, telling himself it was normal for his age. But it wasn't just physical. He felt invisible. Alone. He told me, "I don't recognize the man in the mirror." You see, Bill had bought into the lie that stopping meant he was being dignified, mature. That older men should just quietly give up that part of themselves. But the truth is, his prostate hadn't stopped working. It kept producing fluid that had nowhere to go, building up and causing inflammation, making every night a misery. And his testosterone was crashing because his body thought he didn't need it anymore. I sat with him and explained, this isn't dirty or childish. It's maintenance. It's health. I told him he deserved to sleep through the night. To feel strong, clear, alive. I taught him to take it slow, to make it part of his routine 2 or 3 times a week. No shame. Just care. 3 months later, he came back and he was different. He smiled. He said, "Doc, I can't believe how much better I feel. I'm sleeping again. I'm not up all night. I feel more like myself." His eyes had that spark he thought was gone forever. And he's just one of many men who turned things around. Stay with me, because you need to know how you can do it too. Great, let's talk about how you actually make this part of your life again. I want you to hear me clearly, this isn't about acting young or chasing thrills. It's about taking respectful, consistent care of yourself the same way you would take a daily walk or eat your vegetables. You were told it was shameful to even plan for this. But the truth is, health doesn't happen by accident. If you want real results, you need a simple, realistic routine. I tell my patients, aim for 2 to 3 times a week. That's enough to keep your prostate from stagnating, to flush out those fluids before they thicken and inflame, and to remind your body it still needs healthy testosterone production. Don't think you have to perform like you're 20. This isn't about proving anything. It's about maintenance. Pick a time when you're relaxed. Evenings are best. That's when releasing helps lower stress hormones like cortisol, helps you wind down, and supports deeper, better sleep. Many men find that just adding this habit reduces those annoying nighttime bathroom trips and that dull, heavy pressure in the pelvis. Make sure you're comfortable. Use lubrication if needed. Go slow. Don't rush or feel embarrassed. This is about giving your body what it needs, no different than taking your prescribed medications. One of my patients, George, 72, told me he felt ridiculous at first. He'd been raised to believe it was dirty, something to hide. But once he gave himself permission, he started sleeping through the night, feeling calmer, and even noticed his mood improve. He told me, "Doc, I feel human again." Don't go anywhere, because the next part is going to show you exactly why this routine isn't just about your body, but about your mind and spirit too. Now let me tell you about George. He's 72, retired, divorced for years, living alone in the same house where he raised his family. When he first sat in my office, he looked tired, really tired. Not just in his body but in his spirit. He shifted uncomfortably and finally said, "Doc, I don't know if I should even be asking this at my age. Isn't it wrong? Isn't it embarrassing?" George had been living with that belief for decades. That after 60, men should just stop. That wanting any intimacy, even with themselves, was something shameful or pathetic. So he stopped completely. He told me, "I just let that part of me die." But his body didn't forget. He was waking up 5 times a night, exhausted, frustrated, with that dull ache deep in his pelvis that never really went away. He was moody, snapping at friends on the phone, avoiding social events. He told me, "I don't feel like myself. I feel hollow." I explained to him gently but directly, "George, this isn't dirty. It's biology. Your prostate is still producing fluid. Your hormones still want to work. Your nerves still need practice. Stopping completely is like letting your muscles waste away." I told him he didn't have to be ashamed. That touching himself wasn't a joke or a sin but a form of healthcare he deserved. So George tried it. Just twice a week at first, before bed, slowly, with respect for himself. He came back a month later and said, "Doc, I'm sleeping better. I'm not up all night. I don't feel so angry. I feel like I'm worth taking care of." That moment, that relief on his face, that's why I talk about this. And he's just one of many men who turned things around. Stay with me, because you need to hear how you can get there too. Let's bring this all together. I want you to really hear me now. This isn't about being young again. It's not about bragging or chasing some fantasy of your 20s. It's about protecting the man you still are. You were told to accept decline, to keep quiet, to stop needing anything. But the truth is, your body never stopped needing care. When you make this a part of your routine, just 2 or 3 respectful, deliberate times a week, you're not being selfish or silly. You're flushing out your prostate to reduce inflammation and discomfort. You're signaling to your brain that testosterone is still needed, keeping your muscles, mood, and focus stronger. You're lowering stress hormones, setting yourself up for deeper, healing sleep. And you're giving your nerves and blood vessels the gentle workout they need to keep responding. You're also telling yourself something important, that you're still here, still worth caring for. That's the part no one talks about enough. Because when men let this go completely, they don't just lose function, they lose connection with themselves. They stop looking in the mirror. They stop feeling like men. They stop feeling alive. But you don't have to be one of them. It's not too late. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s who felt broken find relief, better sleep, more confidence, even a little spark in their step again. All from giving themselves permission to care for this part of their health with respect. So don't tell yourself you're too old. Don't let anyone make you feel embarrassed for wanting to feel good in your own skin. You can do this. You deserve this. Don't go anywhere, because what comes next is going to show you exactly how to make this stick for good. Let's be real about the mistakes I see men over 60 make all the time. They told you stopping was the mature, respectable thing. They told you not to talk about it, to just let it go. But the truth is, ignoring this part of yourself isn't noble, it's dangerous. You didn't stop needing care when you turned 60. Your body didn't stop producing fluid or hormones just because you decided to pretend it was over. But stay with me, because you really need to hear this. Mistake number 1, thinking more is better. Some men hear the benefits and think they should go overboard, pushing themselves like it's some magic cure. They believe more means healthier. But the truth is, this isn't a race or a competition. Too much too fast can cause friction injuries, soreness, and even reduce sensitivity over time. Your body doesn't need a performance, it needs respect. Slow, mindful, consistent care works better than trying to make up for lost time. And if you think that's bad, there's more you need to know. Mistake number 2, giving it up completely out of shame or age. You tell yourself, I'm too old for that. You think ignoring it is the dignified choice. But your prostate doesn't stop making fluid when you stop releasing. It sits there, thickens, breeds inflammation. That's why you wake up multiple times a night to pee or feel that heavy ache no one wants to admit. Your body needs you to keep things moving. Choosing to stop isn't discipline, it's neglect. Most men don't even realize it's happening until it's too late. Mistake number 3, rushing through it like it's dirty or shameful. You think if you do it, it has to be quick, hidden, something to get over with. But the truth is, that stress defeats the purpose. When you're tense and hurried, you increase cortisol, the very hormone you want to lower. You train your mind and body to see this as shame instead of care. What you need is slow, respectful attention. This is about maintenance, not secrecy. No one wants to say it, but you need to hear it. I'm here to tell you the truth. Because this is too important to keep silent about. I know this isn't easy to talk about. I know you might feel embarrassed admitting you want to feel good in your own skin. But you're not broken. You're not less of a man for wanting to feel alive and connected. You've spent decades caring for others. Now it's time to care for yourself. You deserve to feel healthy, confident, and comfortable. Stay with me, I'm going to help you change this. And that's just the beginning. Stay with me, we're not done yet. You need to hear what comes next. Let's get practical now. Because knowing why you should do this is only half the battle. Without a plan, knowledge is useless. I don't want you just nodding along thinking this sounds nice, I want you actually doing it. You're over 60, and your body deserves a routine that's respectful, realistic, and effective. But let's make this real. First, choose a private, comfortable space. This isn't something to rush in secret like you're doing something wrong. Your brain needs to feel safe and relaxed. Dim the lights. Close the door. Make this time yours. Second, aim for 1 to 3 times a week, depending on how you feel. This isn't about hitting some magic number, it's about keeping your prostate clear and reminding your body it still needs to produce healthy testosterone. Consistency beats intensity every time. Third, pick a time that sets you up for success. Evenings work well because releasing before bed lowers stress hormones like cortisol, calms your mind, and can help you sleep more deeply. Fewer trips to the bathroom at night, better rest, better mood in the morning. Fourth, don't be afraid to use lubrication. Many men over 60 experience dryness that can cause discomfort or even micro-tears. Using lube isn't embarrassing, it's smart. It's about respecting your body, avoiding irritation, and making this a comfortable experience. It doesn't have to be complicated. Fifth, pay attention to your position and comfort. Find a posture that doesn't strain your back or hips. Take your time. This isn't about performance. It's maintenance. It's self-care. And it matters. Sixth, remember this is just one piece of your health routine. Support it with lifestyle choices that help your whole system. Drink enough water, eat fiber-rich foods, get light exercise like walking or yoga, and limit alcohol and smoking. These small steps all work together to support blood flow, hormone balance, and prostate health. Finally, don't forget to see your doctor. Get your PSA checked, consider a rectal exam if needed, and don't be afraid to talk openly about sexual health. You deserve that care. Masturbation isn't dirty or childish. It's a form of health maintenance for men over 60, and you shouldn't feel guilty for taking care of yourself. Stick with me, I want you to try this. And there's even more you need to know. Stay with me, I'm not done helping you yet. You'll want to hear the next part. You've stayed with me this far, so let's remember what we've really talked about. This isn't some cheap trick or embarrassing secret. It's real medicine for real men. You learned why ignoring your sexual health isn't noble, it's neglect. Why letting your prostate stagnate, letting your testosterone fade, is avoidable. And how a simple, respectful routine can help you sleep better, reduce pain, support your hormones, and make you feel like yourself again. This is not just talk, it's real medicine. Because if you don't do this, you're not just accepting age, you're giving up parts of yourself you don't have to lose. You risk those sleepless nights, that dull pelvic ache, the frustration of not recognizing the man in the mirror. And I don't want that for you. I don't want you lying awake at 2 a.m. thinking this is as good as it gets. Because it doesn't have to be. I know this isn't easy to talk about. I know you might feel embarrassed admitting you want to feel good in your own skin. But you're not broken. You can change. You're not too old to feel alive again. You just need someone to tell you it's okay. That you deserve this care, this comfort, this connection to yourself. Don't stay silent, join the conversation. If you found this helpful, please hit subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Tap the notification bell so you're the first to know when I share more honest, practical advice just for men like you. And I want to hear from you. If you agree, type 1 in the comments. If you're not sure, type 0. Tell me what you think, tell me what you're struggling with. Your voice matters here. Thank you for staying all the way to the end. It tells me you care about your health, about feeling like yourself again. I'm honored you spent this time with me. Stay with me, more truths are coming your way. You're not alone in this. Let's keep moving forward together.